Oh my god, would you believe me? This is the fourth time I'm trying to do the intro here. Hello everybody, and welcome to Tomb Raider 2013. We've got TresFX back, check it out. Yeah, so it's been like a week. I'm a bit of a dick, to be honest, because I was like last episode, hey, we're going to be really regular. I'm going to try being really regular. And then I've kind of had a week away from YouTube, but I'm back now, so we are going to be regular from now on. And yeah, in that week, or however long, since I last checked, it seems there's been like a driver update and things have just been ironed out. So now, once again, TresFX is working, so we get to have this for the rest of the game, which I'm quite happy about because, honestly, when like particularly that cutscene with the radio tower and stuff, I thought it kind of sucked that we didn't have it before with Lara there. Anyway, yeah, today's going to be somewhat of a bonus episode. It depends how long it takes me to do.
If you show up to the ceremony drunk, Father Matthias will cut you.
I can hold my liquor as long as you hold your tongue.
I heard they picked up some women in the roundup.
Yeah, Matthias chose one for the test.
Well, maybe she's the one. We might finally get off this rock.
Don't get excited. It always ends the same way. Some poor girl burns, then it's business as usual.
Man, I am sick of this damn place. I just want out.
Listen, brother, we all do. But it's not gonna happen. The storms will never let us leave.
But what do we...
What if nothing? You want out of here? There's a cliff. Go ahead and jump. Now let me finish this bottle in peace.
That's quite a nice line to let the player know, hey, you can kill these guys now, they're out of dialogue. I quite like what they say there, honestly, because it makes you think, I don't know, it humanizes them a bit, because it kind of, it's like, hey, look, they are genuinely just trying to get off this island like you. And we hear something about the one, like, to do with a girl, so that's vaguely interesting. Yeah, as I say, this is probably going to be like a bonus episode, but there's going to be a lot of interesting, important stuff for the plot, so I don't know whether I'll title it as such. But the plan is to complete the mountain village. We now have everything we need. I think, I'm pretty sure, we do now have everything we need to get all of this stuff, the camps, blah, blah, blah. So, that's the plan there, and it will take me a while to do, to be honest. So, I'm just going to, like, cut it in with stuff that's been going on with me for, like, the past week, as well as all of the actual pickups as we find them. Oh, yes, I'm so glad I managed to hit him there. And he's going to kill himself because he's got something in his hand, and I'm making him burn himself. And once again, I'm finding myself, like, I haven't played the game for a while, so I'm, like, just winging it as far as the keys are concerned. Oh, sorry, guys, it's sod's law that the second I start filming, somebody comes to the door. So anyway, yeah. Yeah, so I've been playing tons of Skyrim, so my controls are a little bit off. It's because, I don't know whether I've mentioned it, I probably have in this LP, that I bought an Oculus Rift a while ago, and I've been preparing Skyrim for that. Anyway, we'll walk ahead and we get this cutscene.
Oh god, that was close. Are you there?
I'm here, Sam. Are you okay?
What do they want with me, Lara? A fire ritual? This is so fucked up.
Listen, I'm coming to get you. I'm going to get you out of there.
Please, please help me, Lara.
I promise. I promise, Sam.
Hey!
Oh no!
Sam?
Ah!
Sam!
Help me,
Stay away from her, you bastard! Stay away!
No!
Oh man, the profanities. Oh, I love it. I just, you know, I'm not somebody that really relishes swearing that much. Recently I've started swearing loads in my videos, or in my opinion I've been swearing a lot more. I don't really relish it that much, but I really like it in this game. Like, whenever somebody swears, usually I think it sounds pretty good and pretty in the moment, pretty worth it. So yeah, now we can blow our way through all of these walls. The idea, of course, is that we're just going to be hopping down to try and get to Sam, who's in mortal peril. But hey, because of video game logic, we could spend, you know, 1,000 years just in this area, and she'd never actually have any harm befall on her. So, oh yeah, another rifle part. So instead, we're just going to be grabbing all of the pickups around here. Mostly, I think there'll be some more like little bits of dialogue we can get with guards and stuff. So I will cut to all of that important goodness, and I'll try and keep in as much as I possibly can as well how we get to the different locations. So first of all, there's something above us here. which I desperately want. We just need to find out how to climb up, which I don't remember at all. I'm not really test running this. I might have to start test running it because it has been a few months since this game came out now, and I am beginning to forget where I found all of the stuff and how I got it all. So you might see me start test running soon enough, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, so we're going to try and figure out how to get up there. Maybe I can just... Okay, so you can climb up the box. Easy. Or was that it that I just literally walked over there? I saw there was a pickup. No, that was just some ammo. Oh, cool. Okay, so you can climb along that and up we get. So here we go. First pickup of the episode. First of many to come, and it's a document.
For nothing now. As a priestess of the Sun Queen, I stand above all others in her court. I'm being instructed in languages, etiquette, history, warfare, all the skills needed to rule. And the Queen has been like a mother to me. Warm, attentive, loving. But it all feels false, like some kind of performance. When I talk to the other priestesses, I sense disquiet. Some of them feel as I do. Perhaps all of them. But why? What is it that we all fear?
Is it me, or does the voice of that character, Hoshi, sound like really familiar? Maybe it's not from this game, but it sounds really familiar to me. Lara's little note says, "This is fascinating. Hoshi describes her daily routine as a priestess, but something wasn't quite right." This is one of the other ancient scrolls. The ancient scrolls are the pickups that actually come from various different characters. So we have the ambassador was before. Now we've got Hoshi. I think if I'd got stuff in a different order, we would have already heard about Hoshi from a different scroll. I'm thinking that we're going to get a couple more in this very episode, though. So there you go. The first one of Hoshi, who is a priestess with the Sun Queen. So very cool. Right, what we're going to do is look at the map. Now, the game wants us to go off this way. Which would be, for reference's sake, over there. Now, I don't think there's any pickups over here, or not too many. I'm certainly not going to zip line down that, because that might be a point of no return to go over there. Possibly, I'm not sure. But anyway, that's the way that it wants us to go. So originally, for reference's sake, we came into it from here when we first came to the mountain village. Then we came to like the wolf cave and came back. And then we went all the way around up here. This was all of the stuff in the mountains, and we like looped back around, and then we came back, and then we left again, and now we've just come back again. So this time when we're leaving, this really is the final straw. We're kind of gone for good after this. So that's why I want to grab everything while we still can. Right, so all of that said, let's deal with the stuff up in the top right-hand corner, because there's little reason for us to come back here. So that would be this GPS cache and this relic. So I'm going to toggle a waypoint, and my god, that's going to be a long way away. And I will see... Please tell me I can make that jump. Yes, and I will see you guys somewhere closer over there. So let's do it. Oh, man, come on. Why are you doing that to me? Damn it. There's a little bit of salvage here, actually. This is something cool that I'll show you guys with salvage. Salvage starts to get a little bit more interesting and complicated than just burning stuff. See, now that we've got the bow and we can light torches wherever we want, we can do really weird things to be able to burn down these nets to get our salvage, like that. And the first little puzzle you see like this is back up kind of where we started the episode if I'd taken a right. If I'd like banked sharp off on the right. But I wanted to go left to listen to the NPCs. So I'll show you that in a second though. Oh, also as well, while we're running to the next area, this is back at the main section, by the way. I should show you guys something else too. So yeah, do you remember that the plane crashed? Obviously, I hope you remember the plane crash. This is where we first came up, and we were with Roth here at one point. Well, the planes actually like crashed right in front of where we were before. This is all new, and you might not... Like, on my first time playing the game, honestly, I didn't fully appreciate that this had just appeared out of nowhere, because there were so many planes all over the place. Well, this actually allows you to get to sort of a new area much quicker. You can cross that gap and stuff, right? I think, or you can climb on top of the plane and go across. But what you'll also notice is that, see, right now I'm pressing the Skyrim button to sprint, but it doesn't exist. But if you look over here, this used to just be a solid wall, but now we can climb up. And you actually get access to this cool little area over here, which does have... I'm going to change my waypoint, which does have a relic here, so we may as well get this. do it in a more sensible order. And also what you can find around here that really shocked me, because, I don't know, we're maybe not that far into the game just yet. I think maybe about halfway, just under halfway perhaps. But I felt like I kind of already knew, in general, the stuff we were going to be fighting. And then I saw one of these guys. I saw a warthog. How crazy is this? Look at this. And I just was not expecting a warthog to be out here, like a totally different type of thing that I can't shoot, apparently. And it was just really cool to see this extra thing that you can hunt. And you see these are much more commonplace later on in the game. But for some reason on this little ridge that becomes unlocked by the plane, well, hey, there you go. You can actually find these guys early, which I think is pretty cool. Anyway, we need to get onto the roof of this building. Let's go inside. Should be quite easy. More chalk here. Father Matthias will set us free. Fear the demons. Speaking of chalk, I mentioned before that this game reminds me sort of Dear Esther in a lot of ways. Like it's kind of combined a lot of favourite games of mine. Well, I don't know whether Dear Esther's a favourite game of mine, but it's certainly a game that I've enjoyed a lot. But man, I've been looking at Dear Esther loads as well this past week because of the Oculus. And it just looks so good. There's been a couple of small videos that have gone up online of people. It looks like it was just here in the house. How did I make that so complicated?
This must have belonged to a US Marine. Were they on the island in force or just an advance party?
Who knows? I love how you can very slightly make out what was written here. It did say Marine on there. Really cool. And this is probably an authentic design as well. I don't know anything about the US Marines, but...
Do these marks represent friends lost or enemies killed? Either way, he needed a drink.
Or just days spent on the island. I mean, if he can get off as well, very Lost-like, then maybe he was marking those on. I like that idea when I first thought of it. But yeah, there's been a few small videos that have come out about Dear Esther, and it looks so good in VR. It's like a perfect game for virtual reality. And I might, when I finished my Let's Play of Dear Esther, we got another shrine here as well, by the way. When I finished my Let's Play of it, I did say I was going to do an extra video way back when, where basically I look at the different interpretations people have of the plot, and in particular show off a lot of the secrets in that game, because that game, like, it randomizes the things you'll find in your adventure. So one time you play through, you might find a book that says a certain thing on a table, and then the second time it will be like a chemical symbol for alcohol or something that's on the table instead, and it just weird things change, and that changes people's interpretation. Oh god, thank god you survived that, Lara. That changes people's interpretations of what that game is about. I have just missed a cache, haven't I? We're gonna have to turn around. I'm gonna cut it, guys, till we go back up there, because it's gonna take me a while to get back up. Oh, before we go, there's a GPS cache on this roof just on my way, so there you go. We're close enough. Yeah, so there's so many ways to interpret that story, and I was going to do a video showing off all those alternating hidden things and interpretations, but I never did in the end. Well, maybe when I get my Rift, somebody did ask me on Twitter a few weeks ago whether I would do that, and maybe I should. Maybe I should go back to it. It'd be a great excuse to actually show you guys what that's like. It just looks so fantastic and surreal. And it's a real shame as well, because the guy that made that game, it was a mod by a guy, and I think a couple of people might have been developing it together, but mostly I think it was like a one-man show, and for a long time it was going to be free. It only became like a commercial product really late in its development cycle, and even then only because the very few people who were following it actually... Oh, I can't even swing that very far. So how do I do... Oh, we may have to do this later, guys. Okay, we'll do that later. Yeah, there were barely any people following that game as well, but they kind of encouraged him to basically make it into a full-fledged game instead of just a mod or a remake of a mod, as it was. And I was quite active in the like little community, the Dear Esther community back then. But it's a shame because that guy that made the mod, made Dear Esther, he's now working with Frictional, who do Amnesia, and in particular is working on A Machine for Pigs, the new Amnesia game. And he released a statement that was basically like, this guy that crafted Dear Esther, such a perfect game for VR, basically released a statement on behalf of Frictional, who I have a lot of respect for, saying, oh no, VR basically is just sort of like a gimmick. And it was so depressing for me to read that, because the article itself came across as, oh, Frictional thinks that VR's a gimmick, which isn't true at all. It was just like this one guy that's a part of the Chinese room that was working on Dear Esther. But in any case, I don't know. This whole conversation with myself here is probably lost on every single person listening to me right now. But it's a shame, and I wanted to get off my chest. But anyway, you might see... I make too many promises these days, but you might see a Dear Esther video go out once I've actually got my Rift. It's not here yet, but I've been, whatever free time I've had recently, I've been putting into Skyrim. I made Guild Wars 1 compatible in virtual reality, as far as I can see anyway. I'm not sure whether the stereoscopic vision is perfect, but if it is, then that game will be really good. The first Guild Wars is a way better candidate for VR than Guild Wars 2, sadly, because Guild Wars 2 doesn't let you customize the UI at all, so most of the UI you can't see while you're in VR. And it doesn't even let you go into first person, so it kind of sucks. Guild Wars 1, though, does let you have those things, so it's a lot more compatible. I'm not just running around needlessly here. You'll find underneath this house in the middle in there is actually a relic, but you can't get in without having the shotgun to break your way in. Oh, yes you can, ignore me. Yeah, you can. Wow, why didn't I get this earlier then? I know there's an area like this where you can't get a relic without the shotgun. Let's actually mark this so I can see how high it is vertically. Yeah, it's below me. No, I am right. Sorry, I was just slightly too high up. Yeah, here we go. Oh, no, it's not the shotgun. You need the rope shot to yank open this door, which otherwise you couldn't do. And this is kind of one of those reasons, because this is right at the start. You know, that's where we were with Roth, right early on. And this thing would be taunting you. It taunted me on my first playthrough. Oh, look, there's a relic right here. You could get loads of the other ones, but this one right here is right under your nose, and it's impossible to get. And on my first run through, I just don't think it's worth it anymore. Wait till you get all the equipment, then come back for these.
Used in traditional Japanese herbal medicine, or kampo. Looks like this vial has been sealed for many years.
Yeah, and a lot of we've already found one of the Campo herbs before, but a lot of them are going to be like this. The game like bans stuff off thematically, which I really like. So anyway, check it out, Campo. There is hidden information. It's not on the cork. Where is the hidden information on this one? I think it's mushrooms. Like she's like, oh, there's mushrooms in here, but how do we? Like, and I can see them. They're on top. But
these are probably maitake mushrooms, used to boost the immune system, also known as dancing mushrooms.
Also, no, there's so much dialogue in this game that's like not written on the UI. I think that's probably one of the worst relics in the game, just for the fact that it's really difficult to trigger what you're trying to trigger, basically. But yeah, you don't really have that problem much, if at all. I think that's the only thing I've ever had that problem with. So I think we should we actually cut it? Let's actually cut it. Let's go get that GPS cache. I will see you guys in a second. Okay, we're not getting that GPS cache. We're getting this one. So here we go. You can climb on top of the new plane, which looks very old and rusted, might I add. Oh, wow, that was a big jump. Already looks very old and rusted, despite the fact it's not been here for very long. But yeah, you can climb on top of the plane, and this is sort of like another shortcut. So the first time you have to climb across all of the roofs. The second time you can use your like climbing pick, and then the third time you get the plane. And I just jumped one ledge too high. There it is. Right, GPS cache, awesome. So yeah, this place, I really like the design, because honestly, it just feels like the more you play, it just opens up more and more and more extra stuff. Just becomes like one of those giant, what do Americans call it? Jungle gyms? Like adventure playgrounds, and you just get more and more different ways to move around it and be awesome. My favourite one of those ever was like, we went on holiday, if anyone watching this from England, we went on holiday when I was really young to a place called Butlins. Like a lot of people probably go there. It's kind of like a family holiday resort. Well, not even a resort type place. It's like, imagine a theme park, but not really a theme park, but you can stay there kind of thing, and it's quite a cheapy holiday. And they used to have like an adventure theme park there with like this giant, like it had a massive zip line on it and stuff. Best ever. And then you look at Lara here, and she's got zip lines all over the place. She doesn't know how lucky she is. I want to get this, and I should get used to using waypoints properly. Oh, it's all the way down there. Don't take it away. Okay, right. Well, we'll just climb down. I'll see you guys in a sec. Thought I was going to die there. Okay, seriously. Wow, you must have to be so lucky to actually know that that's there. That's literally just fumbling around in the waterfall. Nicely done. Okay, right, well, we got that one. So, these ones, I suppose. This is so not the order I was going to do. I wanted to start off with the ones in the top right, but I bet I end over there. Thing is that the one thing you need to be careful about with the mountain village in particular is the challenges. The shrine one's pretty easy because it's easy to see where the shrines are, but the ones with the egg poacher, the nests, is actually a little bit more challenging because obviously you can't lay the waypoints around. That's always the dynamic on this game. Everything else is fine, but the challenges, no, you can't. You can't just get those handed to you, basically. And now that I mention it, I think there might be some up here on this ridge where the boars were. So give me 1 sec, guys, just to check. Because I'll regret it if I don't check and I'll have to come back later. But I think there is one. If I can get on top of any of these houses. Whoa, you're attacking me? What? Oh my god, I've just unloaded. Oh, he escaped! He escaped! No! Get back here, Hulse! Get back here! No! Can't hide from me. Yeah! Oh, I'm such a big man. I shot a defenseless animal that did attack me, to be fair. It was coming right at me! At one point. It wasn't when I killed it, but it was at one point. Right, I need to get on one of these reefs. Sorry, guys, sorry. You might be able to tell this episode is going to be filled with lots of rambling, but random stuff, because it's been a week since I've done like a normal kind of video. I did a Guild Wars 2 Mysteries, but nothing compares. Nothing compares. Here you go, here you go. Egg poacher, sweet. That's the first of 5. That's only the first of 5. Oh, Christ. Okay, and yes, I was about to sing Sinead O'Connor. Right, okay, so we got the first of... that really worries me now. Because I think if that's the first one, there's probably another one here in the lower village too, which I should be sure I get before I proceed as well. So we find ourselves in the same building again, smashing pots. And what was that? No, those were just arrows. Go on, Lara, you can do it. Yes, there we go. Why didn't I get this? Here we go. And there's another one here. It's 2 eggs stolen. There's a bit with a shotgun here. I don't know why. I don't know what's in there. Hopefully something worthwhile. Just some salvage. Something of a shortcut, perhaps. Or maybe this is meant to show you that the egg poacher was available. Or maybe I can only access something from this. Nope. Let me look on the map. Oh, the map does say there's a cache nearby. Oh, was the cache where I was just stood? Ah, it was. Okay, see, just hidden in the grass, man. The grass actually looks pretty damn good in this game. That's 10 out of 15. Awesome, right. Now, before we leave, we've got a document and a relic. 2 exciting ones, so... Yes, and the nest is glowing as well when it doesn't need to be, so let's drop down. Cool. Hey, and we get a skill point.
Someone looked at this picture many times. It's been folded and unfolded repeatedly.
Oh, man. Okay, and there's hidden info as well.
He never returned home. This island has taken so many lives.
Ah, and this is awesome as well. I remember thinking this was really cool because it would be so easy as a developer, right, to just have the little bit of audio that plays and Lara's little anecdote to just be what was written there, right? But they don't do that, and they give you the option then to investigate for yourself. Yes, she says, I will, underlined, marry you. Yes, stay safe. And then her name is, I don't know, Mary? Mary's my nan's name, XOXO. So that's really cool. And it's weird that I'm looking at this as well because somebody well, maybe it's not that weird. I was on Reddit earlier and somebody posted like an image of their nan and granddad as a couple just before their granddad went like to war. You know how old like true photos, like true film, before everything went digital, like they're ridiculously high quality. If you can like translate them as well digitally now, they're so high quality old photos like that. But anyway, you can see like this guy just before he's about to go out to whatever. I think it must have been World War II, and like just this guy's nan just looks so sad and upset, and the guy's like looking super masculine and emotionless and just like a proper like hunky war guy. It's ridiculous. Anyway, right, we've got another thing to get here. Up to the north, nobody cares about random Redditors, nan and granddads. Oh, and another door. See, I love this. I love... The only sad thing, I guess, is I think the game might be a little bit... There we go, Jesus. I think the game might be a little bit too lenient with how, like, easily it gives you all the pickups and stuff. But that said, you know, there are some things that you can optionally go back for. Here we go.
After a fortnight, I was at last granted an audience with Her Majesty, Himiko of Yamatai. I must confess, she is unlike any woman I have ever encountered. Beautiful, yet inscrutable. Calculating even. She surrounds herself with her priestesses of the sun. No men attend her, save the general of her armies. When I met with her alone, I came to realize that she is not at all what she seems. I was sent by my lord to spy on her, to assess the strength of her armies. But now, I feel she is the one assessing me. My lord has perhaps underestimated the threat of Yamatai. Though I cannot gauge the true strength of her storm god, I cannot deny a powerful feeling that the Sun Queen should not be trifled with.
So just more, this is just kind of another long way of saying what we already heard, sort of. Maybe my interpretation of that is kind of just blending into what I know from the end of the game and the entire game from before. But yeah, so this is the ambassador again, another ancient scroll. Lara reads, an ancient scroll. It appears to be the recollection of an imperial Chinese ambassador's visit to the court of the Sun Queen. Very cool. And so now we only have one more of the ambassador, I think, which is this one here. Also located the mountain village. Oh, you know what? I never noticed that it does that on the UI. I never noticed that it had such like clean control over exactly where it was showing all the documents and things off. So that's cool. That actually wasn't what I was hoping for. What we had marked was over there. So it's a good thing I came through here for the shotgun. Well, not for the shotgun, but for the shotgun area. Wow, what a kerfuffle just for a single GPS cache. Okay, well, whatever. Now we got this kind of area over here. I think it's probably quicker for me to just fast travel to that camp, though. And then grab the stuff. So I'm going to go back to this camp, and I'll see you guys when we've magically teleported over. Let's spend our skill point while we're at it as well. So, as far as I remember... I know, okay, so we still need, what? We need to buy 4 more skills before we can unlock this final one, which will show us basically everything, but that's fine. Let's go back into the Hunter category then. I prefer, as I've mentioned before, I prefer Hunter just because this allows you to sort of bump your rewards up, so it means less grinding, essentially. Not that the game really has you grind.
Baby, I don't even know how to begin this, so I'm just gonna come right out with it. Alicia is yours. Maybe you've known it all along, but since I signed back on board the Endurance, I just can't keep the truth from you any longer. You've got to understand, I never meant to cut you out of her life, but I know you, Roth. I know how you live and what you want. Staying in one place and raising a kid is not on your agenda. Maybe I screwed up. Maybe I should have let you make a choice. But I made it for you, for what I thought was best. After the expedition, when the time is right, let's talk about the future. Take some time to think about what you want, okay?
Wow. I mean, gee, I didn't even know that was there. How didn't I know that was there? Okay, so this is a bit of a bomb, isn't it? What's really cool to think about here, actually, is back on the cutscene earlier, the game as you play through will continue cutting back and forth between stuff that was going on in the Endurance. It's really cool to think about those cutscenes we've already seen now that we know that Roth was the father. And I'm guessing he did get this note because this was the camp that we were at, right? I mean, maybe when we went off for the wolves. And I can't believe I missed that. I'm so sorry, guys. Seriously. And there it is, hidden beautifully underneath the fast travel camp there. So there you go. Yeah, that's a document from the Endurance. So, the Endurance like crew section, shall we say? There are plenty of those to go around though, so don't worry. Right, okay, we're gonna fast travel over. What was I talking about as well? I can't remember what I was saying. Sorry, guys. Oh yeah, I was saying that I'm not usually one for, oh, you have to play games the most efficient way, everything has to be super efficient, and, you know, people get a bit OCD about that kind of stuff. I don't usually care about that, and usually I try and resist it as much as I can if I think that it's actually going to, like, negatively impact my enjoyment of the game. But I've got to be honest, I do find myself, like, always looking at stuff like that. It's like, oh, well, you know, if I have a choice of, okay, well, this is gonna give you 10% more damage, but this will give you 10% more experience, I'll always get the 10% more experience one first, and then, like, eventually, I guess, make a decision. But that's never, like, an interesting decision for me. That's always too easy to just go for the experience, because it's always better in the long run. I'd rather it be better in the long run.
My queen, as I stand in your light, I swear this oath of allegiance to you. As your first storm guard and general of your armies, I will serve you unconditionally and protect the lands of Yamatai and all your people. I will stand at your side for the remainder of my days, relinquishing my post only at your command. If I should fail in my duties, my life is forfeit. My heart beats at your command, My breath is drawn at your pleasure. From this moment onwards, I answer only to you.
And this is so cool as well. You know, I mentioned that other line. I love this. My breath is drawn at your pleasure. The way he says drawn, it's so good. So this character is a rather important character. I will tell you guys that right now. So if we're going to remember any of these notes or things, try to remember this one from this episode. Lara's comment is, this old scroll contains the oath of allegiance taken by the Stormguard General. He pledged his very life to the Sun Queen. Okay, so it seems Lara has taken note of the fact that he said his life is forfeit if he fails in his duties. And that is quite significant. I think they're trying to reinforce that there to try and make you at least remember that about this scroll. So do bear this in mind. This guy's very serious about his job, basically, is what you want to take from that. And yeah, so we get to meet him. Honestly, I can't imagine enjoying the plot of this game as much as you really can without catching and picking up all these secrets on your way through, really.
It's burdock, a root traditionally used in Campo to fight inflammation.
So there we go. This is the last of the Campo set. No extra stuff to be found here, but lots of cool looking stuff on the inside, as you can see. And that does really look very authentically wooden, so I quite like that. There we go. Right, so we've got that. We got those two. Again, I'm not sure why I couldn't get these before. That should have been really easy to get before. Didn't we just fight some guys out here and then walk by? Oh well, whatever. I am being negligent. I fully accept that. Right, so what have we got? We've got a GPS cache. Another one. I'm going to mark that cache, but before I go running off, just with my nose down to the map the whole time, I'm going to check the roofs here just in case there's any like egg poacher things for me to grab, because they are spread out a little bit. There's only 5, and I think you might have a little bit of leeway, possibly. Either that or I just got very lucky on my first time playing the game. So yeah, give me a second. I just need to know if I can get on the roof somehow. Okay, long enough. No, it does not look like I can get on that roof. Right, we're gonna mosey on. Those were the roofs we were at earlier, I believe. Yep. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to cut until I get over to that GPS cache. I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, here we go. We have got this GPS cache here. I just saw it, literally. Oh no, I saw it through the wall. Never mind. There we go. We got that GPS cache there. I'm very, very sure that there is one on top of this building here. So we're going to climb up. Also, I have some other news, guys. This episode, I feel like it's going to be very difficult for you guys to really get behind all the plot of this game when I randomly just keep interjecting with all this other stuff. There we go. We got that nest there. I knew it was here. I don't know why, but I just remember that specific one above all others. Actually, no, not above all others. There's another one that I remember quite clearly too. Okay, so we've got that. I'll tell you my little story as we run to the next one, which is just over there. So another thing that I've been doing, I mentioned that I've been playing Skyrim. Before I kind of got into all this stuff with the Oculus, and to be more clear about that, what I'm doing is basically just trying to make my Skyrim look as good as it possibly can while running at a 720p resolution, because that's as high as the Rift supports. So, you know, without putting too much extraneous stuff on, because you want as much FPS as you possibly can for a smooth and very convincing VR experience. So I've been doing that, and then basically you need to balance it with like making the UI visible and removing all the random jumps to third person and stuff like that. So that's what I've been kind of working on. Anyway, and then there's loads of problems with stereoscopic 3D that you've got to fix with extra D3, D9, DLLs and stuff and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, before I start doing all of that, I'm going totally the wrong way here. I'm just going further and further away, and I need to be climbing up, not down. Actually, it's not too far. I'm not sure. Before I started doing all of that, I've been interested for a really long time, right, in doing voice acting. Like, I would love... I don't think I'm a good actor, but I think I've got a voice that could be used. I think I can convincingly, like, I could make it sound like I'm crying. I could make myself sound like I'm angry. I could make myself sound like I'm dying. I think I could act in that sense, but I don't think I'd be a very good voice actor in like doing voices for different people. Like, I'm terrible at accents. I don't think I can really sing. I sing all the time when I'm not recording, but I don't think I could sing. So I don't think I could do stuff like that, but I think I could put on a pretty convincing show if I was allowed to do my own voice. So I've always been kind of keen on maybe voice acting somehow. Really? It was all the way over here the whole time? Are you kidding me? So I think I would be pretty good at that, and I've kind of been tempted and maybe looking at it for a while, but recently, what kind of got me into the whole Skyrim scene, sort of in the very first place, before the Oculus stuff, was I actually tried it out. I did a little bit of voice acting. If you guys have ever heard of what was it called at first? More Oblivion. It's this tool that actually you need to own both games. Basically, you need to own Oblivion and originally you needed to own Oblivion and Morrowind for it to work. But basically, it would put the game Morrowind into Oblivion. It's pretty cool. It used to be called More Oblivion. Well, when Skyrim came out, they made another version. I'm so sorry to those of you getting frustrated. There it is. There it is. There it is. We've got it. We've got it. We've got it. Okay, let's keep going. So now we need this relic, which is all the way over there. Okay, and for that we should continue climbing, I think. When Skyrim came out, they updated it, so now you can play all of Morrowind in the Skyrim engine, and it's called Skywind. But of course, in Morrowind, if you guys don't know, that's quite an old game where there wasn't much voice acting. So actually, they were looking for people to do voice acting of all those old characters in Morrowind. Oh, so I can't climb up from here? Oh, but I can go through there, can't I? Yeah. So they're kind of looking for lots of voice actors and stuff. So I decided to give it a shot, and I did loads of voices for them. Here's another one of these. Thank you very much. Only 2 statues left to find. So I went off and I basically voiced all of the. My accent most suits high elves, which if you've played Skyrim, like particularly the Falmer and stuff, you probably won't like that much. But I think it does fit high elves quite well. So what I basically did was just voiced every single male high elf in the game, and did like loads of the miscellaneous voices, like which included making it sound like I was on fire and burning to death and stuff, and all the quests and things. It was really cool. It was really, really fun. And I guess I'm telling you guys just because, I don't know, it was something that was going on with me. And also as well, I suppose, if you guys are keen on doing the same thing, I will say, I think if there was any such thing as a dream job for me, like a real job, it would probably be being a voice actor, like a voice artist. It seems so cool. It was just so fun. How did I mess that up? How did I survive that? Wow. Okay, well that worked. That was totally intentional, guys.
American soldiers would never have left these behind. I don't think any of them made it out of here alive.
Oh, such a shame, Lara. Yeah, so if you guys have ever been interested in something similar, I would very much recommend just give it a shot. Like, I reckon I was probably not that very good at it, but it was a lot of fun anyway to do. So, we've done that, right. This video is a mess. This video is a mess. Like, it's not even commentary about things it should be. People, like some people have been telling me that they quite like my Grimrock LP because it sticks quite closely to like what a proper guide LP should be, and this is not that. It really isn't. I'm showing 100%, but it's not very good. I mean, if you're actually using this as a guide, hats off to you. And I've said that too many times over my YouTube life. Right. Okay. So we've got this one over here to get. Is that the last cache? No, there's 2 caches. Oh, and the other one's. No, because that's a document. So where's... Oh, it's there. Now, I know that there's a bird's nest somewhere near here. Do I have... I've got all of the relics. The last document's up in the top right-hand corner. So I just need 2 statues and 2 eggs, pretty much. And that's worrying, because there's no map for that. And I think the majority of me filming this video is going to be off-screen, wandering around until I find that stuff, but we're not quite at that moment yet. That moment will come, but we're not quite there yet. Okay, so let's drop back down. Do I want to zip? This is the thing. If you zip line over there, you're kind of done for. We've got one of the shrines is here, so let's grab that. I love the way the ropes fall off there. That's so cool. Go on, Lara. Sorry, I forgot I had to hold down the button, not tap it. Right, 9 out of 10 statues lit. Okay. And the GPS cache is all the way over there. It's basically on the floor, so that's a long way away. Now, I know that there's a nest. Do you remember earlier I said this one stands out most, and then I corrected myself? is because the one that stands out most is one that's somewhere around here. And this one's a little bit more tricky because you kind of get, for me anyway, I got used to the idea that all the eggs were on roofs, but now they're not. On this one at least they're not. Well, that document's easy to get. Let's get the last document. Let's be done with that. Then that's the interesting stuff done. Ah, and I can't slide. Brilliant. Ah, no, there. What order do I have to do this in then? I have an idea, maybe. Can I just shoot straight to that pole? No, I can't. Oh, wait, what order should I go? Because I don't think I can come... Because I think that if I drop off of this, I think it's too high. And then I have to go over there. Which I don't want. Oh, okay, I've got an idea. Oh, good job, Lara, good job. Right, we'll grab this. So that's one more egg to find. Then we'll walk back along this, which I so skillfully fell on before. Then we're going to climb up to... No, we're not. Oh, we can just... Okay. Alright, easy. Okay, good. Right, and now we can come along here. I know that was very descriptive of what was going on. I think I'm kind of learning that I don't have to accurately describe every single element that's going on the screen every time something complicated is going on, because you guys can see it.
I am Hoshi, daughter of Hiro and Kokoro. Tomorrow, I will be Hoshi, daughter of the sun. The queen has spoken, and I was given the robes. Every girl in every village dreams of this honor. Mother cannot stop crying, and father is beaming with pride. I have never seen him smile so much. This greatest of honors will raise my family to the heights of Yamatai society. We will want for nothing. And someday, the Sun Queen may even choose me to take her place. And yet, I cannot deny my feelings. At first, I dismissed them as simple nerves, but the unease has grown within me. I could never refuse the call. To do so would invite ruin to my family. But I am frightened of my queen.
This was just seen, it's written so authentically. I really like it. And I don't like using that word authentic ever since I watched that Rooster Teeth sketch, like, where he's got the car on repeat like 5 times. But yeah, so this is Hoshi. We heard her scroll sort of out of order before. Lara says this is an excerpt from the ancient diary of Hoshi, a young priestess of the sun. Interesting, she feared her own queen. So yeah, here she was asked to answer the call basically, and then this is the one we had earlier.
For nothing now.
Where she meant, I'm just going to pause that, where she mentioned she wants for nothing, and then she ends it by saying, some of them feel as I do, perhaps all of them, but why? What is it that we all fear? So something spooky, something weird was going on. And as you can see, we've now got all the ancient scrolls in order up until this point in the game, which is cool. And I thought that was another shrine there for a second, but it's not. Right, so we've got that. Now, the last GPS cache is across over there, and I'm almost positive that there's another nest for us in this kind of hilly area. So what we're going to do is rope our way over there and see what we can do by jumping across. Actually, I'll tell you another reason why I told you that story about me trying out a little bit of voice acting. It's because my voice might sound different in videos as well. I learnt a lot about sound editing. And it might not sound that different. It depends how much of this stuff I kind of incorporate into best practices for regular YouTube videos I do. But I learned a lot. I learned like a lot of differences between like normalization and compression and equalization and all the different kind of filters and effects and things and passes that you can put audio through, namely in Audacity. I feel like a complete pro with that now. Really, really good. And I learned a lot about just recording well with my microphone as well. I learned that there was kind of if I try and like boost bass, for example, a little bit on my voice, it really accentuates the sounds of my pop shield vibrating, because I used to have my pop shield fixed directly onto my microphone. Why do I keep going on the map? I can just press Q. Because I used to have my pop shield directly fixed onto my microphone. So whenever I went really loudly, it shakes the pop shield, and then what it was doing was shaking the mic too, which would really pick up and go kind of noise all the time. I should have known that was too far. It would make that kind of noise all the time. So I've kind of retooled, shall we say, my microphone and sorted everything out. So now, I don't know, it's just positioned better. Did I really get a checkpoint all the way over here? Okay, we're going to cut it for the last one. It would have been nice not to have had to have cut it, but we're going to have to. So anyway, yeah, my voice might sound different. If it does, and in a bad way, do excuse me. It's just because it's very different recording just like a couple of lines that only take a few seconds compared to sitting down as I currently have been for 52 minutes. 52 minutes, oh my god. Yeah, it's very different to sit down and talk for 52 minutes into a mic, and the levels change a lot, and yeah. So there's a really long zip line there. I need to be above myself right now. Do I? Ah, it's right across from me. Damn it. How have I been recording for so long? Okay, I definitely have to cut. I'll see you guys in a sec. Oh my god. Oh, don't give me a checkpoint back at the other place, please. I know you're going to do it, but please don't. Please. Ah! Okay, I spy it. It's below the nest. Down there. Oh man, I think it's basically where we started the episode. How poetic in a horrible, unbeautiful way. Oh man. So can I just drop down to it, or... No, that's where I tried to drop before and it didn't work. So what's the clever man's way of doing this? How do I... This is actually kind of a bit of a puzzle. Or is it? Okay, maybe it's not. I'm gonna go back down. This is where we started the episode, guys. Right back down here. And you can't come back up that zip line I just went down, so I'm hoping that... Yeah, can I just jump around on the left? Will you let me jump around on the left? Oh, you will, you will. And this is the way we went before, isn't it? Maybe we didn't go all the way around here. Yes! Oh my god. Is this where we were spying on those men? No, it's near where we were spying on them. Whatever, there we go! No, that's not even the last GPS cache. Why did I think that was the last GPS cache? Crap, that's the last GPS cache. Okay, fine. Right, what I am hoping is we can get the real last GPS cache now. Which is actually... Oh no, look, there's the last statue! Oh, there is a god, look at this. Oh, yes. Challenge complete. That feels good, that feels really good. Right. I'm going to cut it then, guys, since where we're headed to, it's not too far away, but we've already seen the walk, so. Oh, there we go. There we go. Wow. Oh, it feels like it's coming up to the end of an era. It's now been an hour. There we go. But check it out. Mountain Village, 100% complete. This is definitely... Did you see why I kind of say, oh, this is sort of a bonus episode? My FPS goes up to 90 when I'm here. For some reason in this menu. Okay, so yeah, you can kind of see why this might be a bit of a bonus episode. We'll end it up though, guys. I want to end it sort of directly where we're headed to. So the storyline is taking us, don't forget, you can always go Survival Instinct and it will show you the beacon. Oh, it's not even showing us that far away. Okay, guys, so we're back here right at the start of the era. I want to end the episode basically at the entrance to the next zone. So using this newly crashed plane, you'll see that we can actually get, as I mentioned earlier, we can get to a new sort of section. So where we're headed to in terms of the plot, if we zoom out, is over there. That's where the beacon's showing us. But here, you can see that there's this exit here to the mountain village. So, and we're now on this plane. What we can do... Actually, we don't even need to go on the plane. If you jump over here, now that we've got the bow, I guess this is the moment where you can come across. You can hook your way back up there. Don't forget you need to be next to a post, though, to be able to latch on. The post being over here. I don't know why they did it this way. And that house, actually, I think we were already in. That house we ziplined to before, and that's where sort of, or we decided to split off and go and get all of our extra things. So, yeah, the camp that we were with Roth is literally just there, that kind of wrecked shelter there. And just very, very close, just across this cliff, we kind of unlock a massive next section of the game, which is quite cool. I love it when stuff like that happens. Make this little hop here, and zipline down.
I don't know. Another part of the plane?
Keep working. I'll go check it out.
Oh dear.